Welcome friends, old and new, to miscellaneous time. In this video, what we're going to do is try and make things rhyme. Reese and I are going to delve into the big wide world of poetry. Everyone knows that to do poetry, you need two things. A snazzy hat that has slips of paper with poetry types written on them, and an 11th edition Merriam-Webster big ol' subject book. Well, fortunately for us, Preston, we have both of those things right here. Oh wow. What do you know? That's great. Convenient. If you consider yourself a poet and you don't own either of these two items, then you should also consider yourself a filthy fraud, because every poet knows that they need these things to do poetry with. How this is gonna work is you're gonna pick the poetry type out of the hat, and then I'm gonna pick the subject out of the big old subject book that we're gonna write the poem about. While each of us are going to write a poem apiece, it's not in a competitive way. This is not a game. True poetry should never be used in a competitive manner. It should only come from the heart. I think T.S. Eliot himself said that. I think it was Edward Frost. Oh yeah, it was Edward Frost. Now that you've all been filled in, I think it's time for us to begin. Our first type of poem, a haiku. A haiku, just in case you don't know, is a poem that contains 3 lines. They don't have to rhyme, with 5 syllables, 7 syllables, and then 5 syllables. And our haikus will be about pinballs and marriage. A pretty difficult subject. So yeah, not your typical haiku subject. Let's see what we got. Shall I go first or you? I don't know. Which one's better? Hold on, let's see. No, that's not how this works. Well, I'll go first then. Okay. The difficult part of marrying a pinball is finding a ring. I think it'd be fairly easy to find a ring once you measured the diameter. No, but the thing is that you're marrying a pinball, but the hard part for you is finding the ring. Like, you're marrying an inanimate object. As a human. Yeah, I'm marrying a pinball. Okay. The difficult part of marrying a pinball is finding a ring. There you go. Haiku. So my haiku is from the perspective of one pinball to the other pinball, and they are married. I want a high score, forever with your chromed curves, till it's game over. Thank you. The art of poetry. Poetry. Let's keep going. Pick another one. Okay. Poetry. Poetry. Okay. Poem type number 2. A Shakespearean sonnet. For those of you who don't know what a Shakespearean sonnet is, it has a few rules. We're going to have to write poems with 3 stanzas. The first, second, and third stanza have a rhyme scheme like this: A, B, C, D, E, F, then a 2-line thing at the end that's GG. Each line is written in iambic pentameter, which means it's gonna have 10 syllables because it sounds something like this: da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So that's 14 lines total, all with 10 syllables apiece, with a very strict rhyme scheme. We have our work cut out for us. Okay, subject book, please sit us right. I love you. Love me back. A Shakespearean sonnet about a morose spud. Let's do it. Since you read your poem first last time, I think I'll read mine first this time. I hope that you can sympathize with potatoes, because this is going to be a really sad tale. If all the world's potatoes came from dirt, then how could any tuber be so blue? Well, if you hurt the way one spud had hurt, then you'd prefer deep down in soil too. A young potato started out quite well. Happiness exuded from his eyes. In wealth and luck and joy and love he fell. That was before the retail store surprise. The spud was ripped from his potato world, trapped in plastic and to a produce bin. His home, his friends, his sweet potato girl, he now might never ever see again. Caged like an animal with so much hurt, this morose spud longs only for the dirt. Wow. Caged like an animal, as if he's not just a potato. You know, maybe that's like an allegory for the slave trade, and the slaves are like the potatoes. I don't think I intended for that to be what it was about, but you can interpret it however you want, because it's poetry. It's poetry. Mine isn't as profoundly sad as yours is. It's about a spud who is talking to his dad, and his dad is trying to figure out what's wrong with him. The conversation went a little like this: "You should be proud," my spud dad says to me. "You're jack of all preparation trades. The other foods are filled with jealousy over how many ways spuds can be made. I know, I say. I've heard this all before. I could be chips or fries or baked or mashed. But Spud Dad, what if I want to be more than just somebody's breakfast side of hash? Sorry, he replies, I don't understand. What's wrong with being part of a grand slam? I say, life as a spud to me is bland. I don't want to be food like other yams. I look my Spud Dad in his eyes. Instead, I will be a Mr. Potato Head. Whoa. Mr. Potato Heads are plastic, right? Yeah, well they are now, and this poor guy doesn't actually know that yet, so. If he wasn't morose before, he will be once he figures out that toy manufacturers can churn out fake potatoes out of a factory quicker than they can grow them on farms. Poor little guy. Since you drew the hardest one in the hat, and it took so long and took so much effort, A+ work, by the way. I don't think you can put a grade on poetry. Right, that's right. So one might say that we did a good job on each of these poems. They would be right or wrong, it's up to whoever to decide, but my opinion is that you did good on yours, and your opinion and my opinion is that you did good on yours. Okay, well then if we're in agreement there, I say we only had to do one more poem. Okay, hopefully we get a limerick. It's 5 lines. Let's hope for a limerick. Please. Oh yes! I cannot believe this. Limerick. No way, Reese. Is this the only one in there? Are you cheating? No, I'm not cheating. Ringo. No, stop. I think you cheated. I didn't cheat. I don't care if you cheated or not. We're doing a limerick. Yeah, it's my favorite, so I put 2. Even though me and Reese think that everyone and their dog knows how to write a limerick, we'll explain it to you. Limericks have 5 lines. The first 2 lines and the last one rhyme, and the 2 in between also rhyme with each other. The 2 in between are shorter than the first 2 and the last one, which are the same length. It'll go something like this. Let's see what wild subject the big ol' subject book gives us. Sketchy licorice. We're going to write a limerick about sketchy licorice. Let's do it. Alright, me first. There once was a woman named Trish. She bought herself some licorice. When she took a bite, something wasn't right. Her licorice tasted like fish. Why did her licorice taste like fish? It was sketchy. It's just some sketchy licorice. Oh, that's weird. There once was a big hungry fish who stumbled upon licorice. He gave it a bite and saw a bright light. That's why you don't trust licorice. The licorice that this fish ate was a worm. Oh! Somebody caught him. Cool, that's clever. Poetry. The most important part of life. Maybe the most important part of death, too. Poetry. The most important part of anything, really. Poetry. Poetry. It's the answer to all of anything's questions. But don't put that on a test. Unless, of course, the question on your test is, what is a lofty thought or impassioned feeling expressed with imaginative words? If you put poetry, you'd be right. If you put art, you'd also be right. If you put life, you'd also be right. Poetry. 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 If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you really like this video, share it with your friends. And if you really like, almost close to love this video, then you should subscribe to our channel. You don't have to love it, really like it, it's okay. Also check out our social media pages. The links for those are in the description below. This has been all sorts of fun, but I think we'll end it here. Yeah, I think that this one's done, so until next time, cheers.